Tasia Smith Johnson. In like slide one, I ask that you close your eyes and imagine. Imagine a world where police officers were killing children while playing in the park, mothers and sisters while sleeping comfortably at home in their beds, and fathers in front of their wives and children. Now I ask that you open your eyes. Slide two, reality check. This is the world that we are living in today. And in the recent months, police body cameras have not only shaken our nation, given us first-hand insight on the issue of police brutality, but it's also highlighted the issue. And this is irrelevant today because many Americans around the world are standing up against police brutality. And as the people of the United States of America, we can no longer tolerate or ignore the fact that innocent lives are being taken at the hands of those who swore to serve and protect. The issue of police brutality has not only been a topic discussed while learning criminal justice, but has also been a very important topic in my community as well as in my home. And my concern is, if police officers are not held accountable for their actions legally, police brutality will continue. By the end of this speech, you will know the issue of police brutality as well as what you can do to help prevent police brutality and protect the officers who intervene to stop police brutality from happening. First, we will begin by discussing the issue of police brutality. Next, we would then look at the successful failures like police body cameras that have been put in place to help prevent police brutality today. And lastly, we will then look at a real solution for our problem. Let's start by addressing the elephant in the room. Police brutality. Police brutality, slide 6, is defined by uslegal.org as a civil rights violation that occurs when a police officer uses excessive force. Anyone can be a victim of police brutality. According to Britannica.com, which concluded that African Americans are primarily, but certainly not the only ones affected by police brutality. And lastly, sadly, the trend of fatal police shootings in the United States seem to only be increasing, with a number of 429 civilians shot today by police officers as of June 4th, 2020. Now that we have addressed the elephant in the room, let's now look at the successful failures like police body cameras that have been put in place to help prevent police brutality from happening. Slide 7. An article was published by the title, "When Police Cameras Aren't the Answer." And they stated that a George Mason University of evidence-based crime policy found that both civilians and officers believe that police body cams can protect them from one another. Lastly, Democrats have been pushing for federal reform for law enforcement, which will require all officers to use body cameras. But simply, this is not enough. This law will not pertain to local or state officers. Now that we have addressed the elephant in the room as well as looked at successful failures, let's look at a real solution. This month, CNN wrote an article spotlighting an officer who was fired after preventing a chokehold that another officer was performing. She said that this sent the message that you don't cross blue lines. She also stated in an interview with CNN that she had the answer, and the answer was Carol's Law. which is a law that would mandate police bystanders to intervene during police brutality, as well as protect the officers who intervene, and mandatory mandatory hearings for those officers who have a report of abuse or misconduct. Also, in an interview with the Breakfast Club with Charlemagne the God, DJ Envy, and Angela Yee, she also disclosed that Cariol's law is still in the draft stage, but you can go to www.carolslaw.com and sign a petition to help Cariol's law come to state, local, and ultimately federal levels. Now that we have discussed the issue of police brutality as well as the successful failures and a solution to the problem, I would like to conclude this speech. We first began by addressing the issue of police brutality, and then we discussed the successful failures as a police body cameras that has helped fight against the war of police brutality. And lastly, we talked about a solution to the problem, which is Cariol's law. Now, you should have a clear understanding of police brutality as well as what you can do to help prevent and protect the officers who try to intervene to protect police brutality. Like I asked at the beginning, in closing, I ask that you close your eyes and just imagine a world where no children were being killed by police officers while playing in the park, and no mother or sister having to lose their life while sleeping peacefully in their homes, while sleeping in their beds, and no longer fathers are being taken in front of wives and children. This all could be possible with Cariol's law. I please ask that you sign the petition. Thank you.